So a new iPhone is here, the iPhone 17. With every new iPhone, the biggest question people always ask is about the battery. Is it better? How much better? You see the number. That's what we're here to find out. We do this test every year and it's become a tradition. It's the ultimate test of endurance, a marathon for smartphones. We want to see which iPhone can last the longest doing the things you do every single day. Forget the lab tests and the marketing hype, this is about real practical use. We have all the recent players lined up and ready to go. iPhone 17, iPhone 16, iPhone 15, iPhone 14, iPhone 13. All these phones were once the best you could get, now they are competing against each other to see which one has the best stamina. This test is designed to push them to their limits. We will drain their batteries from a full 100% all the way down to zero. It's a long day of testing, but it gives us the clearest picture of battery life. To get fair and honest results, the test needs to be consistent, so here's exactly how we do it. First, we take all 5 iPhones, the 17, the 16, the 15, the 14, the 13. We make sure every single phone is updated to the latest software. For this test, that's iOS 26. Using the same operating system is super important because software plays a huge role in how a phone manages power. This ensures that the differences we see are mostly due to the hardware inside the phone. Next, we prepare the phones. We charge every single iPhone up to a full 100%, not 99, but a complete 100. Then we go into the settings. We set the screen brightness on all the phones to the exact same level. Screens are one of the biggest users of battery, so this is a critical step. We also turn off any automatic brightness adjustments, so the screen stays at that consistent level throughout the entire test. We connect all to the same Wi-Fi network. Bluetooth off, location services off. The test itself is designed to copy how a person might use their phone during a busy day. We don't just let the phone sit there. A robot arm helps us perform the same tasks on each phone at the same time. The robot opens and uses a bunch of popular apps. It scrolls through social media, it watches high-definition videos, it plays a few games, it makes a video call. This cycle repeats over and over. The goal is to simulate a heavy day of use, which really shows us what the battery is capable of when it's pushed to its maximum potential. We start the timer the moment we unplug the phones and begin the test. We then wait. Throughout the day, we monitor the battery percentage on each device. One by one, the phones will run out of power and shut down. The moment a phone's screen goes black, we record the total time it lasted. After a very long day of continuous testing, the results are finally in. The phones went dark one by one, and we have our final times. This is the moment of truth. Let's break down the numbers, starting from the phone that lasted the longest and working our way down to the one that died first. These times represent continuous heavy use from a full charge until the phone completely shut off. The final ranking shows a clear pattern, with the newest models generally taking the top spots, but there's a bit more to the story than just that simple order. Topping the list and our new champion is the iPhone 17. It lasted an incredible 11 hours and 25 minutes. Following in a very respectable second place is the iPhone 16, which clocked in at 10 hours and 40 minutes. The gap between first and second place is almost 45 minutes. These two are clearly in a league of their own. Next up, we have the iPhone 15. It managed to last for 9 hours and 55 minutes. Then we see a bigger drop to the iPhone 14, which died after 9 hours and 10 minutes. It's a solid performer, but it's clearly a step behind the newer models in this intense test. It just couldn't keep up with the top contenders. Finally, the first phone to power down was the iPhone 13. It lasted for 8 hours and 30 minutes. While this might seem low compared to the others, remember that this is a 3-year-old phone running the newest software under heavy, continuous use. 8.5 hours is still not bad at all for its age. But when you put it side by side with the latest models, the progress in battery technology becomes very obvious. The oldest hardware had the most difficult time keeping up with the demands of our test. This comprehensive test clearly shows the evolution of iPhone battery technology over the years. It's all about the tech. So 17 lasts so much longer than the iPhone 13. The answer is not just one thing, it's actually a combination of a few key factors. The first and most obvious reason is the battery size. Over the years, Apple has often been able to fit slightly larger batteries inside the iPhones, even without making them much bigger. A bigger battery is like having a bigger gas tank in a car. It holds more energy, so it can run for a longer time before it needs to be recharged. Another huge factor is the chip or the processor inside the phone. The iPhone 17 has a brand new A-series chip that is much more efficient than the chips in older models like the iPhone 14 or 13. Efficiency means the chip can do the same amount of work while using less power. Think of it like a modern car engine that can travel more miles on a single gallon of gas. Software also plays a very important role. All the phones were running iOS 26, but the new software is always designed to work best with the newest hardware. The iPhone 17 and its new chip have special features that iOS 26 can use to save power. These optimizations might not be available or work as well on the older hardware of the iPhone 13 or the iPhone 14. Lastly, there's the age of the batteries themselves. The batteries in our older test units, the iPhone 14 and iPhone 13, have been used before. All batteries lose some of their ability to hold a full charge over time. While we try to use phones with healthy batteries, a 3-year-old phone will never hold a charge as well as a brand new one right out of the box. This natural aging process contributes to the shorter run times we saw in our test, putting the older models at a slight disadvantage from the start. After running all the tests and looking at all the numbers, the conclusion is very clear. If you're looking for the absolute best battery life you can get in an iPhone today, the iPhone 17 is the undisputed king. It lasted the longest in our heavy usage test by a significant margin. That extra 45 minutes to an hour of screen time compared to last year's model can be the difference between your phone lasting until you get home and it dying during your commute. For power users, the iPhone 17 is without a doubt the champion. However, that doesn't mean the other phones are bad choices. The iPhone 16 came in a strong second place and its battery life is still fantastic. If you have an iPhone 16, there is probably no need to upgrade just for the battery. It will easily get you through a full day, and then iPhone 15 offers what most people would consider excellent battery life. It proves that you don't always need the absolute newest model to have a phone that you can rely on to last all day. That's your personal needs and your budget. If you want the best of the best and are willing to pay for it, the iPhone 17 is the clear winner for battery performance. It sets a new standard. But if you're looking for great value, the iPhone 16 and even the iPhone 15 are still amazing phones with battery down. The jump from the iPhone 14 to the 15 was significant, so if you have an older device, any of the newer models will feel like a huge upgrade in the battery department. So to wrap it all up, the iPhone 17 is our new battery king. It combines a more efficient chip, smart software, and likely a larger battery to deliver the best endurance we have ever seen from an iPhone. No matter which iPhone you have, whether it's the new iPhone 17 or an older model, there are always things you can do to get more life out of your battery. Here are a few simple tips that anyone can use. First, check your screen brightness. The display is one of the biggest power drains on any phone. Instead of keeping it at full brightness, try lowering it to a comfortable level. Turn on auto brightness so your iPhone adjusts the screen for you. This simple change can save a surprising amount of battery. Another great tip is to use low power mode. Find it in settings, then battery. Turn it on and your iPhone reduces background activity. For example, it will stop fetching new emails as often and pause some visual effects. It's a one-tap way to stretch your battery when it's low. Your phone will prompt at 20%, but you can enable it anytime to save power. Pay attention to your apps. Some apps drain a lot more battery, especially if they run in the background. Check which apps use the most power in settings, then battery. If an app you rarely use is draining power, turn off its background app refresh. Go to settings, then general, then background app refresh. From there, turn it off for specific apps or for all apps to save energy. Finally, manage your notifications. Every time the screen lights for a notification, it uses power. Hundreds of notifications a day add up. Turn off notifications for non-essential apps. This saves battery and helps you stay more focused. Use these tips together and you'll make a real difference. Help your iPhone last longer, no matter the model.